now tuned into OSSTV. This is your boy Laws, and this is Sunday in 5 minutes. Things we learned Sunday. 1, Hugh and the Browns are still some trash.
No. You don't want me to go much further.
How do you kick a field goal and not try to advance the ball and get as close as you can on second down with 23 seconds left?
Cannot play with them. Cannot win with them. Cannot coach with them. Can't do it. I want winners.
You need to fire Hugh today. He's soft and he's dusty, and you cannot win with him. 2, Ryan Fitzpatrick is the best QB in the NFL.
Dog.
I know that's precise, but for week 1, this Bama was cooking. This is Ryan Fitzpatrick's MO. Come in with no expectations and then end up the starter going forward. Not a soul on earth had them winning, let alone Fitzpatrick torching the Saints for 417 yards and 5 touchdowns. Jameis, dog, go ahead and get your bags packed up, bro. Because they already started the spin cycle to get you up out of there. And after this game from Fitzpatrick, it's a rap city in the basement. Just hope they don't trade you to the Bills. Speaking of the Bills, we learned that Nathan Peterman is the worst quarterback in the league. Actually, we didn't learn that. We already knew that because the Bama been trash. But we learned that Sean McDermott should have been fired last year to prevent this mud hole that got stomped in them this year by the Baltimore Ravens. They look like an expansion team out there. The fact that McDermott tried to Peterman out there and tried to sell us that he's the guy after the debacle last year just shows that he lacks common sense. Everybody with eyes can see that Nathan Peterman is some trash, big fella. Let's talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers. James Conner came out the game smoking, faking like he was Le'Veon's replacement. But I'm here to tell you that Conner is fool's gold, unless you're playing fantasy. In that case, he's a must-own. But Le'Veon, no, he's not even close to Le'Veon. At the end of the day, the Browns and the Steelers tied. So if you're thinking Conner is your guy, I need you to chill, Mo. I don't trust nobody with no exotic haircuts, and you shouldn't either. It'll be a long season for the Steelers if Ben has to carry the team on his back without Le'Veon for much longer. Drew Brees and the Saints got stunned by the Bucs this weekend. But the 2 bright spots in the game were Alvin Kamara and Michael Thomas. There were many questions around if Kamara could carry the load for Ingram in his absence. Well, he can carry the load and do much more. He had 141 yards and 3 touchdowns. That's a stellar performance. Michael Thomas also followed up with a crazy game of his own with 16 receptions for 180 yards. The Bengals. No one's talking about the Bengals and the Red Rifle Andy Dalton. It seems like everybody has forgotten about Cincy, but I'm here to tell you that Joe Mixon will get people paying attention. Look out for Cincinnati to have a rebirth. Now on to the quarterbacks. Of the quarterbacks that got paid in the offseason, Alex Smith and Kirk Cousins, to me, justified their big contract. They both got wins and they both put up good numbers. But out of all the guys that got paid, one didn't look so good. Jimmy G looks to be overrated to me. Aside from Jimmy G, Richard Sherman can't cover a bed right now. Uncle Sherm, as they like to call him, spent the whole afternoon in an easy bake oven. I'm surprised he ain't ruptured his Achilles how Diggs had him turned all around. Uncle Sherm won't make it 16 games. You can stamp that on Mother's Mo. As for the other QBs, Pat Mahomes is making Andy Reid look like the QB whisperer, while Phillip Rivers and the Chargers are still that high-powered offense that just can't seem to put a win together. For some surprises, Adrian Peterson shocked the world, including myself, and we rep the Skins, you already know. He might need to get tested for the Balco, because the way this Bama was cutting out there and shaking and juking, it was just unreal. It looked like the old AP. 2 catches for 70 yards, 96 yards rushing on 26 carries. I mean, if Jay keeps feeding him and AP can stay healthy, whoa, I wouldn't be surprised if this dude make the Pro Bowl. Not a surprise that the Pats once again proved that as long as Brady and Belichick are tied at the hip, it doesn't matter who's on that roster. Finally, the team I love to discuss, the Cowboys. All day, my colleagues and I were singing, "No Weapon," because the Cowboys look like they would be better served with Dez on the roster than without him. Like the good book says, pride comes before the fall. And it doesn't look like the Cowboys are going to reach out to him anytime soon. But they need to. Because Tavon Austin looked like the guy that played with the Rams, non-existent. And the rookie looked like a rookie. The only person that was out there doing anything was Cole Beasley, and that seemed to be their only catching option. But to me, on any other team, he's the third wide receiver option. You can't have a third wide receiver as your primary option. You're just not going to win. So until they get any pass catching options, they're going to produce low points. They need to call Dez, but unfortunately they won't do it. They're set out to ride this Zeke train, and unfortunately this week it looked like that Zeke train is going to need some maintenance. The Dolphins and the Titans were delayed most of the afternoon due to Hurricane Florence. We're going to delay talking about these bums because the game really wasn't that interesting unless you're a Titans fan or you're a Dolphins fan. Which brings us to Sunday Night Football. The Chicago Bears versus the Green Bay Packers. All watched with anticipation to see what the two highest paid players in the league would do in prime time. Khalil Mack and a half show why he should be this year's MVP nomination. Had a sack, fumble recovery, forced fumble, an INT, and a touchdown. The same game, Aaron Rodgers comes out and argues why he should be the league's MVP on a bum knee, and it had nothing to do with the national anthem. AR got that guap in the offseason and once again showed why he deserves it. But frankly, I'm tired of talking about Aaron Rodgers being hurt all the time. As good as he is, the Batman's fragile. I know they still won and the Bears still lost and everybody's looking at Mr. Trubisky to blame him. But we cannot ignore reality that Rodgers is delicate. That's your Sunday in 5 minutes. If you like our content, subscribe and share. Also follow us on OSS 980. We out.